Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke, today being Ahn Shi Il, and we're together with Rev Kenichi Ito. Today is Monday, the 31st of January, or the 29th of December in the 9th year of Chong Il Guk. So let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Chariot. Kyombe. Haro. And let's recite our family pledge both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가전맨세 2. 전일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 춘신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 선자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 2. Our family, the owner of Chong Il Guk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. Thank you. I'd like to ask Debbie Bruce if she could up the opening prayer, please.
Morning, our beloved Heavenly Parents. You are everything to us. You are our life, our breath. You are everything to us. We thank you so much for all the beauty and the goodness that surrounds us. And Heavenly Parents, even here every morning, we don't really see behind the scenes how much effort's being made to bring us to a closer relationship to you. Thank you so much for this blessing to be alive at this time while our true parents are on the earth. And we offer this day to you and this coming week to you at every moment of our lives. We offer this prayer to you in the name of Chris and Debbie Bruce of the Central Blessed Family. On you.
Thank you. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Ito as he shares with us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning for all member and the leader of Oceania and Asian Pacific. And I so much appreciate every morning Reverend Yutaka's Johnson and Hundoke. Every time we reflect through this heavenly word, through Parents' word, and we really discover so many things. We so appreciate in this occasion. Today is the final day of January 2022. So very meaningful day. From tomorrow, we are very new month. This historical moment that think tank 2022 will begin, first and second and third, and after 10 there will be a True Parents anniversary, Holy Anniversary, and World Summit 2022. So today, my theme is True Parents visit to North Korea, because this is a turning point when True Parents, this is only one time, finally, and first and the final bit met Cain Abel son in North Korea, and how that was happened, and what father spoken at the beginning on the opening welcome. Then after the visit, how he spoken. Then after left North Korea in Beijing, how he spoken. Some difference, because there's some special motivation of father before go to North Korea. Based on I read this message from Best Pyongyang, and also the testimony of Dr. Bo-hee Park that you can see this book, Dr. Bo-hee Park's. You can see. Okay, yeah. Dr. Bohi Park met together with Reverend the father and President Gorbachev, final president of Soviet Union. This is 1990, I think, April. Then immediately after, father told to the Dr. Bohi Park, saying that Soviet cannot last within 1 year. Soviet will be collapsed. So Dr. Bohi Park was very astonished. And before 1991 over, he must meet Kim Il-sung. Yeah. Before November 1991, he must absolutely meet Kim Il-sung. Otherwise, some war possible breakout. At the time, North Korea is in a very danger about the nuclear issue. And also United States is very, determined to attack physically North Korea. And many very, intensive situation. So father very hurry to meet Kim Il-sung within November. That's why Dr. Bohi Park tried to meet somebody who has a decision maker. He said, decision maker is Kim Jong-il, is his first son and successor of Kim Il-sung. So absolutely must reach to him and have a permission. That's why Dr. Bohi Park met some very useful person. The name is Mrs. Park Kyung-yoon. She is like a Kungan-san International Group CEO. She is a businessman and leader, connected South and North Korea, both in the United States, all around the world, and met her. And she introduced very useful, direct right-hand person of Kim Jong-il. The name is Park Jong-gun, 사장님. So when he met Mr. Park, he also, Kungan-san, externally businessman in the Kungan-san International Trade Development Company president, but in reality, he is a right-hand person of Kim Jong-il. So why not Reverend Moon can meet Kim Il North Korea? Yeah, he said, why not? Okay, I tell to that was the only one decision maker. This is Kim Jong-il. Right after, this was November, something, beginning of November. And they decide, okay, 16th of November, and somebody who sent from Kim Jong-il. That was a Vice Prime Minister, Mr. Kim Dal-hyun, and he met them. This person is not positive, very North Korean, and hate Reverend Moon, and of course, Dr. Bohi Park also. Also, how to Dr. Bohi Park, let's say that. Now I try to make. How Dr. Bohi Park persuade him, because of the direction of Kim Jong-il, so he obliged to accept, but himself very negative. So he spoken about the in case of United States and China, Mao Zedong, and at the time U.S. president, the conservative U.S. president, I forget the name, met, and because people believe him that he is never changed by no influence from China, then a good relationship. That's why Reverend Moon is the right person. He's an anti-communist, never change, but he's really interesting and also business side about China. He has a big Panda Motors operation in I think near Fujian area at the time in the motors. So it's very interesting. And immediately now decision come and the invitation come for from Kim Jong-il. So decision come to 30th of November 1991. So father first go to Hawaii, and the sincere prayer, if you see the true mother's the autobiography, you know, because they have a lot of difficulties because they try to kill true parents. When I was in 1980s, beginning of 1980s, you know, helicopter is always around in the father's house in New York, and also the bomb exploded, and the Japanese Red Army was arrested in such a very intensive situation. That's how father must meet him, Cain Abel's enemy, complete enemy, you know. So by this, before this, we saw first we see the Bible story. This is Genesis chapter 33. Jacob met Esau. Jacob looked up, and there was Esau coming with his 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the 2 female servants. He put the female servant and the children in front, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph in the rear. He himself went on ahead and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. But Esau ran to meet Jacob and embraced him. He threw his arm around his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Genesis 33, 1-4. So this is we can see the great victory of Abel and Cain, you know. So father is like a, Abel's side, Amonim father, and Kim Il-sung is Cain's side, Abonim. So how they two, Kim Il-sung and Gorbachev before tried to kill the Rebel Moon and the champion of anti-communist. So this is a real preparation. And finally, when father pray, true parents pray in Hawaii, then come to the Hong Kong first, then move to the Beijing, and that was November 30. And the father stay 1 week in North Korea. At the time, father, Kim Il-sung never appeared at the beginning, and only vice prime minister and the chairman of North-South Korea Reunification, Mr. Yoon, also came. And first they show father's birthplace, Cheonju area, when airplane, a special charter airplane from North Korean government passed through ahead of Cheonju area to show them to father and Anju mother's birthplace. Then come to the Pyongyang, and first father they show Pyongyang. In Pyongyang is really like a museum of Juche ideology. All everywhere like a Juche ideology in the like a presentation, big monument, and also very beautiful, museum, many things also. And the metro is like a so nice and beautiful with marble like this. Now, when I went to Moscow, also the Russia, Moscow, also like a Paris, metro station like a Paris like this. And so very, and the morning time is this is a Sunday, and he was read Chonson morning condition, 5 o'clock in the morning. All the team gathers and one true father, very sincere prayer, devotion, and all was of course there's a special secret mic, and the information was heard by North Korean. Now, so the welcome banquet have done Monangan guest house and in Pyongyang. The true parents, that's November 30. Yeah. So father said, address as a welcome banquet. It has been 40 years since I was last in Pyongyang I was very surprised to see that Pyongyang has developed into such a beautiful international city. When I arrived, it seemed as if the beautiful blue water of the Taedong River greeted me with a smile, asking me to where I had been so long in my heart. I deeply and truly love my 20 million countrymen living here in the north. Can you see this image? Okay. So father said, blood is thicker than water, and we are brothers and sisters bound together by common history and common ancestry. Yeah, something, why I choose this theme today is something we inspire through this father's speech, because soon our main theme this year, this February, is North-South reunification. Yeah, this turning point is when father's visit directly touched North Korea, and the father is North Korean, through mother also North Korean, the same blood. So they visited their hometown. Also, there's not so much time, so I not read the thing, and only yellow part. We have been forced to live with a 46-year division that was imposed upon us by my outside forces. Anyway, 46 years since they liberated from Japan and the World War II, but the Korean War has happened, breakout, and North-South Korea separated, and 46 years. The north side is China and the Soviet Union, south side is the United Nations Fourth Army, and the free world, the democratic free world, just mean like this. When, with God's assistance, we will achieve unification. Unification is our destiny, and unification is the great task of our generation. So father spoken to the North Korean, the dignitaries and the participants. I'm willing to lay down my life for the goal of reunification. I expect that after consulting with Chairman Cain Abel and Secretary Kim Jong-il and hearing the idea on the matter, I will be able to make a decision regarding what I personally can do for the sake of my brethren here in the North. My visit here was a deep personal meaning for me in the sense that I am returning to my hometown and the land of my birth. I also carry a sincere hope that this historic occasion will lead to an opportunity to meet with Chairman Kim. I hope to convey to him my personal thanks and also to consult with him in detail regarding the most sacred task of national reunification and the consolidation of our common ethnic solidarity. This is father's opening and welcome banquet speech. Now this is a farewell banquet. Now after father's visit, in a father's visit, final, final day, amazingly, and in a father's visit to the first Pyongyang, then Kungan-san, this is the most beautiful, best mountain, said, of the world like this. And very astonishing. Then finally visit also the Cheonju area and the airport, 4 members of the family welcome father directly. This is a elder sister, younger sister, and the elder brother's the wife and his first son there. So father, never, emotional because his purpose is more public visit. But personally, really touched. Many years since father left North Korea, 40-some years, everybody become getting old. Father was 71 years old, and elder sister was 73. Younger sister is 60-some, and elder brother's wife is something, close to 70, like this. And the father, all those things finished. In the final day, finally, he met Kim Il-sung. The place is also amazingly the father's the imprisonment place, Hunnam. I don't know, Kim Il-sung know and decide like this, or this is maybe heavenly decide something mysteriously to maybe indemnify, because their father was so much suffer, behind this Kim Il-sung's order, almost death. But the same place, now Kim Il-sung welcome him, father, who is great respect and friendship, and were arranged of Cheonju father's birthplace and gathering all the member of family. Usually anti-communist champions, family must be executed. Well, very terrible situation must be happen, but they never did something like this. And they were arranged of parents' cemetery also. Now, father's after Kim Il-sung met before the departure, father's farewell banquet speech. Committee Chairman Yong Ki-bok, Deputy Prime Minister Kim Dae-hyun, and all my northern compatriots gather here this evening. On November 30, I arrived here in the north, the land of the birth, a place I longing to visit for many, many years. This visit was made possible only by the warm-hearted kindness extended to me by Chairman Kim Il-sung. During my stay here, I have been able to visit Pyongyang, this historical and now beautiful development city, for the first time in my life. I have been able to visit the beautiful Mount Kungan, which was Koreans known to be the most beautiful mountain in the world. I also visited my hometown of Cheonju for the first time in 48 years. When I arrived in Cheonju, I found that the house where I was born and lived as a child has been kept the way I used to be for these past 72 years. Some 42 relatives and members of my family came together to welcome us. Truly, the older you get and the farther away you are, the one place you long for more than anything else is your hometown. And there I was, visited the home of my birth. However, at the moment when I felt joy at being reunited with my family, I also felt such a deep pain that I thought my heart would break into two, because I could not help thinking about the 1 million divided families who even today are unable to experience the happiness I met in reuniting with mine. I myself am more than 70 years old. People of advanced age like me soon have no choice but to depart this world, go to spirit world, without ever being reunited with their loved one. What could be more tragic than this? Nevertheless, we now have some hope that tragically divided family will be reunited, thanks to the warm humanitarian action being taken by Chairman Kim Il-sung. The chairman has promised that beginning next year, he will establish a system with the requisite mechanism to allow divided family to be reunited. My friend, there is no greater gift that I could carry with me to the South than this. The news of the impending reunion of our divided families will truly stir the heart of our 40 million compatriots in South Korea. In an exclamation of surprise, the South will shout out with gratitude and recognition of the action of Chairman Kim Il-sung. True love is the dividing force for reunification. Now, father's, motivation, to visit North Korea is two purpose, that by the Dr. Bohi Park said. First one was Chuche ideology, communist Chuche ideology, because when true parents are alive, and this is for there's a general assembly and the meeting room, they try to praise and introduce how Chuche ideology is amazing. Everything can solve by this. So reunification can be done by Chuche ideology at the time. And the doctor, when they said to Mr. Yoon make this speech, and after finish, they now father asked Dr. Bohi Park, you make testimony. So Dr. Bohi Park made testimony about how wonderful sacrificial true father's life centering upon heavenly sacred mission, and about unification movement all around the world, many projects, and also especially nearby, this is at the time, there's Panda Motors, etc. So they are very attached. Wow, amazing. But suddenly father stand up, start talking, and Mr. Yoon and the Vice Prime Minister said, "Oh, please sit down. Please sit down." But father stood. The Dr. Bohi Park said, when father stood and speaking means she must declare something. Declare something. At the time, father really looks like a scolded North Korean leader, So Dr. Bohi was very afraid, maybe we'll be possibly executed like this. And the father spoke clearly about Chuche ideology cannot be solving the problem. Cannot be. He said, Godism, God-centered ideology can solving the problem like this. So this is, so father purpose is how to say give up a Chuche ideology. They cannot solving the problem, but Godism, how to introduce Godism to the North Korea like this. This is so at the beginning, father said only blood is thicker than the water. Yes, father is North Korean, true mother is North Korean. So this sense is the same, not speaking about ideology. After the visit, the final day, father makes this kind of speech. True love is the driving force for unification. Today, I had the opportunity to meet with Chairman Kim Il-sung for an extended period of time. Of course, it is only natural that different individuals have different views and different opinion on how to approach matters. Regardless, personally speaking, I was deeply moved by the chairman's magnanimity, warm and passionate patriotism, and his undying love for our people. Nothing could bring me greater joy than the opportunity I had to meet directly with him and convey my personal thanks. My dear compatriot, during the 8-day visit to my hometown, I have been warmly received and teached like a guest of state. I'd like to convey my warm thanks to Committee Chairman Young Ki-bok, Deputy Prime Minister Kim Dae-hyun, and all of you who worked hard to make my visit a success. You truly have treated me with hospitality and sincerity for my part. I sincerely love all my compatriots in North Korea, in North. For a long time now, I have been emphasized true love as the force that can drive unification. Now, father spoke about our true love, and the end of his visit. This visit has allowed me to experience directly the formation of bond of true love between the North and the South. When I first arrived here, I emphasized that blood is thicker than water. Now, I leave you, it is my sincere hope that the love binding all our people will continue on for eternity. Moreover, as I leave here, I'd like to emphasize something else. Love is thicker than blood. So father spoke about true love. Before speak about the blood, yes, they agree. But this is true love, more advanced teaching to the North Korean people leader. A 21st century economic miracle and the unification of the Korean. Father not only speak about the vague just ideology like Godism, but Father spoken about more detailed, concrete solution. My friend, committee chairman Yong Ki-bok and I have just announced a joint statement. In this statement, we have expressed our agreement that the reunification of our homeland of Korea need to be driven by Koreans without the intervention of foreign powers. It must be accomplished by peaceful means through dialogue and cooperation. This means, the North Korea also prepare the nuclear weapons, and the United States also prepare and not to the attack, the nuclear plant or something. Moreover, we have asserted that in order for the Korean people to avoid being subjected to the ravage of the war ever again, both North and the South need to agree to never invade such other than that nuclear energy must be used only to peaceful purpose, and that nuclear weapon must never be developed or deployed on the Korean Peninsula. In light of such an agreement, who could misconstrue the North's peaceful intentions? Furthermore, we have extended the welcome to Korean living overseas to invest financially in the North. I myself have expressed my readiness to invest directly in the North's economic development in a number of ways. I'm sure that if we adopt add global technology and international capital to the abundant resources, train the manpower and the intelligence, respectively there in the North, we will witness 21st century economic miracle emerge right here in North Korea. Of this, I have no doubt whatsoever. This project also will further the cause of the national reunification. My dear friend, allow me to conclude my speech by saying that I will leave this place having been deeply moved by my visit to the North. My passion for reunification has been further enhanced, and I can see the possibility for reunification before my very eyes. Let us reconcile with each other, understand each other, come together in love for each other, and hasten as much as possible the day of national reunification. For such reunification is our natural destiny. Finally, let us raise a glass in a taste of the health and the long life of Chairman Kim Il-sung and the Secretary Kim Jong-il. Thank you. This is Father's final speech in North Korea. Now, Father left North Korea and arrived to Beijing. This is outside North Korea. So Father speak more freely as what he wants to say. This is a opening on December 1991, Beijing airport. Statement upon arrival in Beijing after visiting North Korea. Mrs. Moon and I have just returned from visiting North Korea as the official investigation and invitation of the government of North Korea. This was for me an historical opportunity to return to North Korea for the first time in more than 40 years. No one can claim more justification than I for harboring a feeling of ill will against North Korea. I received severe persecution from the current government of North Korea because of my position as a religious leader and my unswerving anti-communist principle. I was tortured, hastily, and imprisoned for nearly 3 years in a labor camp. There I witnessed the deaths of many who had also been imprisoned without cause. The fact that I am alive today can only be described as a miracle and the result of God's special blessing and protection. So completely different, father's true heart. He cannot say this in the North Korea, those who tried to kill him, past years. I have just completed a visit to North Korea in my position as the founder of Unification Church and in the spirit of true love. So when the North Korean official invitation letter, the title of Rev Moon is Tongirikyo Kyos, and like a founder of Unification Church, directly father title. But never ever other country invite like this, many UPF chairman or something like that. Never ever say Unification Church, but North Korean government by this title invited. True love is a love that loves even what cannot be loved. It is a love that Jesus spoke of when he instructed us to love our enemy. As I set foot in Pyongyang, my heart was as clear as the autumn sky. I did not feel that I was entering the house of my enemy, rather that I was returning to my hometown to visit the house of my brother. I carried with me to North Korea the principle by which I have always lived, that is to forgive, love, and unite. It is widely known that during the 4-decade-long Cold War between the Western and Communist blocs, I was among the world's strongest anti-communists. As a founder of the International Federation for the Victory of Communism, I devoted my life to the struggle against communism. My ideology of victory over communism, however, was never intended to bring death to those who espouse communism. My desire has always been to bring life. The goal of my ideology has been to bring salvation to all humanity. As the communist regime fell in the country after the country followed the collapse by the Berlin Wall, I moved quickly to educate the people of those countries with a new value system. I devoted my full energy to giving life to those countries, just like a Soviet student bring to the United States of America and back to them. After something happened, coup d'etat happened for the, under the regime of the Gorbachev, those young seminar attended the Russian student that make something in action. Thousands of politicians, academicians, and university students from the Soviet Union and the newly democratized countries of Eastern and Central Europe visited the United States and Japan at my invitation. There I taught them the concept of Godism and head-wing philosophy, which I believe will underpin real and lasting democracy. These people have returned to their countries, and many are dedicating themselves to revive their shattered homeland. In order to ensure that the world does not miss the opportunity to peace in the post-Cold War era, I founded the Federation for World Peace. Through this organization, I am taking the lead, the effort for world peace. Before then, when Father Dr. Park met the Vice Minister, Prime Minister, at the time he bring Antonio Betancourt. He was at the time Secretary General of this new organization Father made. During my visit to North Korea, I was reunited with members of my family. At the moment we met, my heart was filled with joy, but also a sense of deep pain. The pain was for my numerous fellow citizens who are still separated from their loved one across the 38th parallel and are denied the opportunity to meet their families. For those with a loved one who have already died, the pain of separation cannot be relieved for all eternity. This is my personal testimony, I say this, because recently my colleague passed away, Sunwa ceremony, successfully coming, I am 1800 couple. I'm just 1 year younger than Mr. Arai, anyway, my spiritual father, the same age, and just he was, like a Chombo couple, December. And 1 week later, he became sick, and two weeks, something hospitalized, and he passed away, suddenly. He said, "Oh, Rev Ito, Mr. Ito, thank you so much." And he become take picture, but 2-3 weeks later, he already go to spirit world, And also the Reverend Suzuki, he was a national leader of Egypt, he become cancer, and really even last moment he made a service, even he become very skinny, and he's still, he's also same time journalist, and I think Miss Reverend Watanabe also original journalist sent after finish and seminary, shift to the world. Or he was in Egypt. He also passed away, But he is originally my first teacher of divine principle. When I attend the 3-day workshop, this was the first lecture, as a seminar. So really, those people now passed away successfully, go to spirit world. For those who love one who have already died, the pain of separation cannot be relieved for all eternity. For their sake, we must redouble our effort to erase the tragedy of a national division and family separation as quickly as possible. In my meeting with, so this meeting with Kim Il-sung is a very historical moment, and right after father met, Kim Il-sung also go to pass away, spirit world. That's why father is very hurry to meet Kim Il-sung during November. I believe that the resolution of the issue of communism and the accomplishment of world peace is not merely a matter of ideological confrontation and education. Economic assistance is also an important component in the effort to bring life to the people who have been ruled by communism. I heard the True Mother will bring to pass through the 38th parallel with many current or former head of state, VAP together pass through the 38th parallel. I think this year will be happening. Thus, in COVID situation, also very many challenges this year. Thus, in China, for example, I am building the Panda Motors Industry City with an investment of $250 million. This is also my outlook on North Korea. There is a difference, though, in the North Korean is not the foreign country to me. It is the country of my brothers and sisters and of my people. Blood is thicker than water. I love the 20 million citizens of North Korean as my own brothers and sisters. I love them intensely. The unite of homeland goal shared by all of our people cannot be accomplished through the political, economic, or military means. None of these will success unless they are precised by another element. That element is true love. Effort to improve relation between the two sides in political, economic, military field will lead to unite only if they are motivated by true love. I have always believed that even the small act of sharing a spoonful of rice with my brother or sister represent a positive step that will someday lead to unite. I am confirming this conviction through the trip I have just completed. It is in this spirit that I stated my willingness to establish a wider relationship of economic cooperation with North Korea and to participate actively in their economic development project. So further try to really to support North Korea economic development. I entered Pyongyang this time as an apostle of peace. Like a father, like a kind of, like a special mission for peace. this father carried this mission, how to bring peaceful reunification, not with army or other things. My firm conviction is that under no circumstances can we have another war on the Korean Peninsula. We cannot pit the people of Korea against each other. I find the recent discussion in the United States, both in and out of a government circle, about air attack against North Korea nuclear facilities to be extremely dangerous. An attack against North Korea would trigger an all-out war that would result in the tragic consequence beyond imagining. I ask the United States to be extremely careful about making threat against the right of giving people to maintain their existence. The nuclear issue involving North Korea can be resolved peacefully. This can be done if the issues are addressed in the context of a genuine dialogue conducted in the state of mutual respect. I tried to Pyongyang to open the path of such a dialogue, and I have returned from North Korea after opening wide and path. It's my hope that North and South Korea will put aside the confrontation relationship. The time has come for us to come together in a spirit of reconciliation and love so that we may begin to resurrect the common heritage of our people. The time has come, as the Bible says, to beat our sword into plowshare and our spears into pruning hooks. We must work quickly to prepare for the future of our unified country in the coming 21st century. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, I tried to finish this the father's speech, and anyway, I just no chance to speak about Africa, but Africa also very the righteous people in here, interesting people. One Japanese sister, 6,000 couple, when they matching, like 1982, I heard her testimony. Father tried to matching one young African brother from Burkina Faso, and nobody accept, no foreigner accept him. And the father bring him here, there, and 1 hour has passed, Is anybody want this boy? Nobody. And after then, again, father come, So this Japanese sister from Ibaraki Prefecture, I think same with Mr. Rev Yutaka, Ibaraki Prefecture, Mrs. Kojima said, yeah, father is so much suffering about this brother. So, and she felt her motivation is not this brother. Her motivation is father. How to satisfy father? Father is so wondering about this brother. So I must satisfy father. And naturally, she raised her hand. Yes. This is a motivation. Yeah. After what happened, and he become after I left, he become a national leader. And now his first son become a Burkina Faso national leader, second generation, And the second son is now, I think, UPA, finish UPA and go to Cambodia like this, and Koki. So her testimony is amazing. Motivation is a father. So children is different. Yeah, amazing. And also, one brother who has leukemia is really very intelligent. He go to the France and study mathematics, that level, but couldn't go. But he became an education director and matched with the Japanese sister. With the children, he passed away. But his spiritual son, married with Japanese, that one day liberation come to her. Your first son must give to him, his wife, Now he come to Japan, living in Japan, Okayama, and this brother come, and he want to be the pilot, but in Japan most difficult. But he support his younger brother with supported him in the Burkina Faso to be a medical doctor like this. Something, those things happen. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry to be like.
Thank you so much, Reverend Ito. Thank you for sharing with us and so much detail and really your experience and understanding is really valuable for us to listen to. Yes, our time is getting close to being the end, and for me, I just wanted to highlight one point, and that is the concept of love is thicker than blood. We know that blood is thicker than water, and then I reflected that the water is life, and actually the rock is we build on, because Jesus is the rock, and the rock got hit twice. Water came from it, but then I was thinking that blood is relating to our physical parents and lineage, but love is relating to our true parents, is relating to our eternal parent, our heavenly parent, and spiritually, we're together, and the parental or lineage of God is truly the thing that brings us life and salvation. So I was just reflecting those things, and we have time for not many people to share before our time is up. If someone would like to share, and thank you, Reverend Ito, for sharing with us. So anyone want to? Yes, Mr. Rai, go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you, Rev Ito. Such a important historical issue, and two parents visit Kim Il-sung to meet him. I think only two parents, only Messiah can do. People talk about peace or unity or unification, but not easy. We directly meet enemy, or directly meet most difficult person to meet with a prayer, with incredible heart. I think without God, parent heart, true love cannot be done. And this is one of the, I think it's a true model, true parents, Messiah showed us all for human being. So we can visit, we can see, we can do. This is one of the true direction for life. And we truly express thanks to parents, truly. Anyway, thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rai. Thank you, everyone. We actually have come to our time, but if there is someone who wants to share, that's fine. Yes, Seti, go ahead, Reverend Seti.
Good morning. Good. Thank you, Reverend Ito. I just I think we really more and more we mature our appreciation of two parents' love, and the true love legacy. And this instance of going into North Korea, I mean, we're really paralleling that right now, isn't it? And mothers following. It's not a new agenda. It's the same agenda, bringing economic and solutions for North Korea. So it's so amazing. It's so amazing that mothers just consummating all these what Father said at that time, and especially the heart, the heart of true love, even giving one spoon of rice. That's I mean, that's our motive and our mission as well. Even if we can just give one spoon of rice to someone, then that's true parent, and that's God, and that's the essence of our peacemaking. Yeah, thank you. The very amazing talk this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Reverend Seti. Thank you, Reverend Ito. Actually, our time is up, and we can go to our unison prayer and spend the time, to really pray for unification of North and South Korea. So I'll just bring up the screen. Let's pray together. Jew. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Reverend Ito, again. And have a great day. And see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
先生ありがとうございます。
ご苦労様です。
Thank you, Reverend Ito-san.
Thank you, Ito-san.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a good day, everyone.
Master. Thank you.